Hi there, Newmar owners. Today in your 2021 Newmar New Aire, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install Demco's Dominator Tow Bar. We can see that it is one of the more premium ones from Demco. It has a nice gold finish to it, and it comes with all the features you would expect from a Demco Tow Bar. It does have cable management for both your safety cables, which do come included with it, as well as cable management for your electrical cables as well. This is a non-binding tow bar that is also self-aligning, and that means that once you take off, the arms will extend and allow your vehicle to track right behind you. And the non-binding comes in here on the mechanisms here for releasing it. You can see I press in on the mechanism there, and it allows the vehicle to release from its locked out position, which makes a big difference in being able to release your pins, especially if you're not pulled in a very straight line on flat ground. Each one will have its own release mechanism on there to be able to release it for those situations. These tow bars also have a storage position. When you're not using it, you can put it in that storage position and leave it on the back of your motorhome, because this is a pretty heavy piece of equipment and you wouldn't want to have to completely take it off and on a bunch of times every time you want to drive your motorhome without bringing your vehicle with you. It has a 7,500 pound capacity, so it's going to be more than enough for our Jeep Grand Cherokee here and most of the vehicles out there that you're wanting to flat tow. When you're ready to hook up your tow bar, first thing we're going to do is slide it into our hitch. And we do have a high-low adapter in there to adjust it down so it's going to be more level with our base plate. If you need one of those, you can get one here at etrailer. You'll notice you've got two different attachment points there, so if you need to extend it a little bit further away, you can, or you can bring it a little closer. Since we're using the high-low, we'll probably use the one to bring it closer. Once we've got it lined up, we'll secure it with the pin and clip that comes included with our tow bar. So just slide that on through there. Might have to kind of move it around a little bit to get it to slide through, and then you can pin it in place. At this point, we're going to go ahead and show you the storage position. So our tow bar here, you can lift up on it, and we can take the arms and push them off. I usually prefer to push one off one side and one on the other side, but if you're going to be using a storage bag, then you would want to make sure that you put them both the same direction, so that way it would fit in the bag. But they're a little bit easier to get in and out of the storage position if there is one on each side. Our safety cables do come included with it, so we'll hook those up. We do want to make sure we cross those, so the passenger side arm here, we're going to hook to the driver's side on our motorhome, and then the other one we'll do vice versa to the other side, and that'll create a cradle. So in the event we had a catastrophic disconnect, it would keep our components from digging down into the pavement. When you are ready to hook up to your vehicle, we'll go ahead and lift up on the arm to take it out of its storage position. We'll twist it, and you'll notice that the Demco bars here, they do hold themselves up, which makes it quite a bit easier for attaching to your vehicle because you don't have to support all the weight yourself. Our arm does extend out, and we can bring our tab here and hook it up. This will connect to any etrailer or Demco base plate. After you've lined it up, you'll slide your pin through and secure it with the linch pin on the other side. We can then do the same thing with our other arm here. And then we can hook up the safety cables. And those should attach right onto the attachment point located on your base plate. After you've got your tow bar hooked up, we can hook up the rest of our flat tow components, which typically includes our diode wiring. So you'll want to plug that into your vehicle and your motorhome. So we'll put our 7-way side here over onto the motorhome. We're also going to do our braking system. So while we're right here, we'll plug in this end. And your braking system often has a breakaway cable, so you can hook that up as well. If you can't hook it onto your hitch like that, you can just push the thing through, the carabiner through, and hook it back onto itself. But it does hook onto this particular hitch. Then we'll go over to the other side now and just hook up the rest of our components. And our tow bar does have cable management on it. There's a bar located here on this side. You can take your coily cables and just kind of slide an end over that. Something like that. We can do that with any of the coily ones. I wouldn't really recommend doing it with your breakaway switch cable, but the rest of your cabling, I'd recommend doing that. And there's a small clip you'll just insert in the end there to hold those in place. Now once you got your tow bar hooked up, the tow bar here does have an adjustment built into it. You'll see here that it kind of drops down a little bit, so you get about 1.5 inches downward, and you can actually take this loose, flip it over, and reinstall it to, you'd take this big bolt loose here and flip it over if you need it in the rise position. It does come in the drop position because that's the most common position you're going to need it in, but it also has a slight tilt to it. You get a maximum of 3 inches either way, depending on how you've got it adjusted, for adjusting for high-low. So that wasn't enough, that's why we have the additional adapter here, but sometimes that can be enough for your motorhome and vehicle setup, just depending on what the difference is. Ideally, you don't want to have a difference more than 3 inches between your attachment point and your vehicle. So just kind of keep that in mind. So now to adjust the tilt here, we are going to place our vehicle in flat tow mode, and then we'll pull forward just a little bit in a straight line, making sure that the ends lock on our tow bar, and then we can come back and tighten these down. Once you've pulled forward, we can go back and tighten these down. We're going to use a 3/4 inch socket to do so, and torque them to the specifications outlined in your instructions. And that completes our installation of Demco's Dominator Tow Bar on our 2021 Newmar New Aire.